Good morning, family, and welcome to Morning Heart Devotion with Dr. Chung-Chik Yong, brought to you by our Heavenly Parent Holy Community. Let us begin by greeting our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chonjin Champumnimke Kyungbe. Harun. Now I'd like to ask Reverend Milhan Stevens to lead us in the family pledge.
가정맹세 1. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 처녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 처녀급 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
And to open us up in prayer this morning, I'd like to invite Osmarina Rush to please unmute and pray for us.
Thank you. Please join me in prayer. Our most loving Heavenly Parent, our true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. Good morning. It is so precious to greet you this morning. I come here representing all brothers and sisters gathered here on this morning's devotion, live and all the ones that are going to connect later in a different time zone. This morning we want to elevate our hearts to you in preparation for this morning's devotion. Heavenly Parent, throughout the course of history, no one could ever see your face, see you face to face. No one knew how your face looked like. We have created an image of how you looked in our own minds. The image I made of you may be different of the image others have made. But now, when I think of you, I see the face of our precious true parents. How precious it is to be able to see your face. You are not an invisible being anymore. You have a body with which you can touch, see, smell, taste, and hear everything in your creations. You can experience all the different facets of your love. You can embrace your children substantially. How amazing that is. How precious it is. It is priceless. Heavenly Mother, you kept a silent sacrifice for thousands of years. Silently, you guided your children. Silently, you have loved us with everything you have, with your motherly heart, loving us unconditionally. Heavenly Mother, now you are a substantial being. Now is the time that you have spoken about. When the Spirit of truth comes, it will reveal the whole truth. Now you have come out of your silence to bring a restoration to a close. Thank you for your love, Heavenly Mother. Thank you for your silent sacrifice, waiting for the day you could express your love substantially. Heavenly Parent, we are grateful for revealing yourself to us. We appreciate all the guidance that we have received. We want to prepare ourselves well so that we have our hearts open for the banquet you have prepared for us this morning. If we open to receive, if we make our plates ready, you will place the food we need, and we can all fast. We can all really feast together. Thank you for your love, sending us this amazing heavenly man, Dr. Yong, to raise us up and to give us the chilled words of our true parents, words of guidance. Let us break the shells we have created and let us absorb it all into our hearts. Make of it substance in our living environment according to your will. If we follow your principles, the principles you have created, we will do everything according to your will, and everything will be perfect, and we will have a perfect life. By participating, inheriting, and living together with you, I pray all this in the name of all the brothers and sisters here today, and in the name of Regis, Marina, and Zena's Rush, a blessed Central family. Adieu.
Aju, thank you so much for that beautiful prayer and for opening us up this morning, Marina. Thank you so much. And now let us go into our breakouts and we'll share our appreciation points with one another, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you enjoyed your breakout session this morning. I know I enjoyed mine. So first up, I would love to invite Uncle Dominic Barber to please unmute and share his appreciation point with us. Uncle Dominic?
Everyone always forgets, and I do too. Sorry about that. Yes, I was saying, what could be more fun than meeting Rebecca and Hanmi and Wonjin in the morning? But I just want to share one thing. Yesterday evening, I took my two spiritual children out to dinner, and they are mother and son. The son is in his mid-20s, and the mother just turned 60. And they've been coming to Sunday service for a long time, several months. But I wanted to tell them about true parents, because I felt it was time that they knew what kind of a movement they're joining. They love our Sunday service. They love our brothers and sisters, but I needed to tell them something. So it went very well, and I just wanted to read the text that my Isabel sent me yesterday evening after we parted. She says, "Dear Dominic, it was so nice seeing you today. Thank you for your caring and concern for us. Thank you for treating us to dinner and talking to us about the community and the divine principle. I'm feeling blessed with you and everyone in my circle of love. We are all children of God, and I'm happy to have found you and such a beautiful place to be. It is so special to know all about the history. Before, I didn't know and imagine what was going on. I just knew it was a special place in nature." And she's done a lot of searching and been to quite a few different churches. And didn't have a church at the time. And she said, "I'm spending the rest of my life here. I'm not searching anymore. Something led me to this place that summer morning when we were going to go somewhere else, but instead I drove there." So she drove to a place right near Belvedere and happened to meet me. So they witnessed to me basically in the middle of the summer, and then I invited them to Sunday service. So such a really beautiful people, and completely loves everybody in our community. It's a really, really wonderful people. So I'm so grateful for them, and they've made an amazing difference in my life, actually, just knowing them. That's my gratitude.
Thank you so much, Uncle Dominic. It was wonderful having you share and such a beautiful gratitude point. So thank you for sharing it with all of us this morning. And next up, I would love to invite Wonjin Bowman to please unmute and share with us.
Thanks, Rebecca. My gratitude point was basically I was grateful that basically we have Rebecca as a friend of our family, and that she loves our kids so very, very much. And she's always been hilarious and funny with all of the conversation and interactions we've had. So my second gratitude point was my kids, how crazy they are on a regular basis. I was telling Uncle Dominic and Auntie Rebecca, just like, I swear, like, I go to the gym to train to keep these kids alive at the time. And I swear, like, I think I had my daughter on my shoulders once, and like so much trust, she just like totally like shifted her weight and fell forward, and she totally was dropping there for a second, and I totally caught her in like midair. There's just so many crazy instances where they have so much trust in me. I'm like, yo, I don't have trust in me yet as much as you do. So, but they definitely help me grow as a person and become a better person every single day. I hope everyone's kids do that for them as well. And they also enjoy the process of it. It's a lot of fun. That's my gratitude point. Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning, Wonjin. I'm grateful for your friendships too, so thank you. And now for our main message, let us open up our hearts and open up our minds and welcome Dr. Chung-Sik Yong for Morning Heart Devotion. Dr. Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace. 안녕하십니까? Today, I'd like to talk about the path of life for all humankind from True Mother's Anthology, Volume 2. Let's study.
The path of life for all humankind. Cause and effect become one and form the substantial realm of love. This is a principle of the universe. For this reason, wherever the child goes, the mother and father will follow. Even in the spirit world, your parents will always want to be with you. In the original ideal, therefore, it is unnatural for a person to dislike being accompanied by his or her parents. Such behavior tears the universe apart. When a person doesn't like to go with his or her parents, it means that he or she is already moving away from the principle and toward the fall. Thus, acts of filial piety, such as loving and caring for our parents as we would ourselves, are the most precious things. That is why there is a saying, good fortune comes to a harmonious family. On the other hand, divorce cuts through family harmony like a knife. The law of the universe does not allow such an act. Parents who disobey this law find themselves longing for the good fortune of having a harmonious family. Each person comes into the world through three sets of parents. The first parent is the material world. Elements from the world of matter combine to form each person as the center of the material world and as a complex material being. Thus, it can be said that these physical elements themselves are the ancestors who gave us birth. At the same time, the material world is an extension of us. The universe is created so that matter can settle only in the ideal of love. It is only in the ideal of love that all cells can live in tranquility. However, this tranquility is destroyed whenever a person becomes angry. Our second set of parents is our natural parents. By giving birth to us, our parents gave us a particular form, and to this extent, they are the masters of our lives. However, no matter how hard they may try, our parents cannot be the masters of our love. The master of love is God. In this context, God exists so that love can expand into the entire universe and be made eternal. Because God is the subject partner of love, God becomes the parent centering on love. God is our third parent. So we have three sets of parents.
Yes. Each person comes into the world through the three sets of the parents. The first parents is the material world. Elements from the world of the matter combine to form each person as the center of the material world and as a complex material being. Next, our second set of the parents is our natural parents. By giving birth to us, our parents gave us a particular form. However, my physical parents may be the master of our lives to an extent, but no matter how hard they may try, our parents cannot be the master of our love. The master of love is God. In this context, and God exists so that love can expand into the entire universe and be made eternal. Because God is the subject partner of love, God becomes the parent centering on love. God is our third parent, so we have three sets of the parents. We need one more parent here. That is true parents. Because fallen people were born of false parents. They must be reborn into true love and true life and true lineage through the true parents. In the sense, human beings must attain four great parents. They are the parents of all things, the physical parents, the true parents, and the heavenly parents, right? So that's why we need to attain four parents, right? All things, heavenly parents, our physical parents, and then our true parents. One more thing for myself, I need to attain even my spiritual parents. Wow, this is beautiful guidance. And the living divine principle, the meaning of the freedom from the viewpoint of the principle, and let's study.
Freedom and the human fall. The meaning of freedom from the viewpoint of the principle. What is the meaning of true freedom? In light of the principle, three characteristics of freedom stand out. First, there is no freedom outside the principle. Freedom requires both free will and the free actions pursuant to that will. Free will and free actions have the relationship of internal nature and external form, and perfect freedom is achieved when they are in harmony. Therefore, there cannot be any free action without free will, nor can free will be complete without free actions to accompany it. Free actions are generated by free will, and free will is an expression of the mind. The mind of an original, sinless person cannot operate outside of God's words, that is, the principle. It will never express free will or generate free action apart from the principle. Undoubtedly, the freedom of a true person never deviates from the principle. There is no freedom without responsibility. Human beings, created according to the principle, can reach perfection only by fulfilling their responsibility based on their free will. Accordingly, a person pursuing the purpose of creation as prompted by his free will ceaselessly strives to carry out his portion of responsibility. There is no freedom without responsibility. There is no freedom without accomplishment. When human beings exercise freedom and carry out their responsibility, they strive to accomplish results which complete the purpose of creation and bring joy to God. Free will ceaselessly pursues concrete results through free actions.
So let's study Father's word.
You have to know the definition of the freedom. Now the time has come when you can understand the rule of the freedom. So, what is the freedom for a woman? What is the freedom for a man? What is the freedom for a human being? What is the freedom for a family? What is the freedom for a society? What is the freedom for a nation? That is the problem. Can you do anything as you like by yourself alone? If you say it is the freedom, you shouldn't eat meals when you say, I will not eat meals. Then you will die. You have no other choice. If you think that it is the freedom not to see, you shouldn't see. Then you will become crippled. That is the problem. That is why the Western society is on the brink of ruin lately. They don't know the definition of the freedom. 3 principles of freedom. In our Unification Church, we made 3 clear principles regarding the freedom. The freedom cannot exist without the principle. It is not the freedom that you don't eat meals when you have to eat. You are hungry. Then it causes side effects. If I keep fasting, I will be ruined. That is true. There is no freedom outside the principle. Then there is no freedom without responsibility. Responsibility? There shouldn't be bad responsibility in your action. You should be in the position that you can take good responsibility. As you take responsibility in your action, it should be the action that all people can respect. Then there should be good results in your action. So those are three principles, aren't they? Is it true or not? Yes, it is true.
Yeah, the meaning of the freedom from a viewpoint of the principle or our divine principle mentioned very clearly, but I'd like to repeat again. There is no freedom outside the principle. There is no freedom without responsibility. There is no freedom without accomplishment. Then freedom in the realm of the object partner was the freedom in the realm of the object partner. The freedom of the human being is the freedom within the God, within the principle of creation. The freedom of the wife is the freedom within the husband. The freedom of a husband is the freedom within the wife. And the freedom of children is the freedom within the parents' love. The freedom of the family is the freedom within the four great realms of heart and the three great kingships. The four great realms of heart and the three great kingships is the one of the main important principles of true love in the family. The freedom of the society is the freedom within the nation. The freedom of the nation is the freedom within the world. Wow, fathers really explain very, very clearly. And today's youth ministry, fundraising, selling blessings to the people around you. Let's study.
Pay the price of hardship. When we come back from fundraising, we first ask, how much money have we earned? So consequently, the children who go fundraising prioritize their performance and the amount of money they earn. So they think that no matter what, they should perform the best regardless of means and methods. If you focus on creating external results like this, you will be fundraising for something that has nothing to do with your spiritual growth and will not allow you to cultivate or develop yourself. If you don't pay the price of hardship and sell to people you are acquainted to, or if you specifically select an area where everything is fundraised well in order to increase your performance, what kind of progress will there be? If you do not pay the price of your hardships and buy sympathy from others, you will not make progress. If you think about how to make money easily while fundraising, there may be temporary results, but you are not proud of yourself. While fundraising, you must think about how to meet God and how to experience God's heart. It's not good to do fundraisers on the bus or think of ways to make money all at once. And the attitude of asking someone for help is really bad. Fundraising is selling blessings to the people around you. We should fundraise proudly and rewardingly. It means to do it wonderfully and meaningfully, even if you encounter hardships. It is embarrassing to fundraise while receiving sympathy in a very humble way. Fundraising is not begging. It is to sell the blessings of heaven to the people around you through fundraising items. If they buy a heavenly blessing product, they must have the belief that they will be blessed. Therefore, do not fundraise it in a vulgar way. Even if a situation arises when we get food because we are hungry, we should eat it with our life motto. It means to fundraise while receiving praise from the people around you. When secular people buy items from fundraising, they say, I really envy such a young man. I want my children to become people like that young man. What is a wonderful life? It is to live a life that others can envy and respect. To do this, the person must have a good ideology and lifestyle. Living with others, sympathizing with them, is the position where they are in debt, so their personality does not change.
Yes. We should fundraise proudly and rewardingly. We must do it wonderfully and meaningfully, even if you encounter hardships. Fundraising is to sell the blessing of the heaven to the people around you through fundraising items. If they buy a heavenly blessing product, they must have the belief that they will be blessed. You must fundraise while receiving praise from the people around you. To do this, you must have the good ideology and the lifestyle. That's why I think we always need to think that whenever we do fundraising and bringing together with a fundraising product, fundraising item, this is a blessing product. I am multiplying God's blessing to everybody. That's why you need to set up that condition among God and yourself and spiritual world and Satan. Okay? Now I'm visiting home to home, house to house, shop to shop. I am now conveying God's blessing through this fundraising item. Anyone, Heavenly Father, buy this item of the fundraising, you need to give a blessing. Anyone buy this fundraising, this product, surely, there is a kind of a guarantee they will connect to Heavenly Parents someday. You need to that kind of set up the condition, good condition. When you create good condition, God really intervene and helping. Even, someone have a dream and then appear and then waiting for you. I saw you last night. Some kind of spiritual phenomena. We need to have that kind of beautiful spiritual experience, not just only selling and try to make the result. That is not the purpose of our fundraising. Next.
Do not be obsessed with the results or performance. One student said that he was very happy to see a lot of dollar bills piling up during fundraising. This is completely a trader's symbol. You can't just look at money and like it. If you want to be proud of your life, you shouldn't just like seeing the results. Such a person is exhausted. You need to be able to discern these things. Our souls are happy when our motives are good and we serve others. You can't just look at the end results and like it. You must be excited and happy in the cause before the result. Whether it's that I'm really excited because I met good people and sold a lot today, or that I'm completely exhausted because people didn't buy much today. These are all people whose emotions fluctuate after seeing the results. These are the wrong emotions to feel during fundraising. Overcome in the name of true parents. There was a case where one lady asked the fundraiser what religion they were from and told her they were a unificationist. The woman, who was a devout Christian, severely persecuted the fundraiser and kicked them out. At that time, the fundraiser thought, hey, our true parents are really pitiful. True parents came for the sake of mankind, but they are still being persecuted by Christians like that. They felt pity for that woman. However, there was a testimony that even though the fundraiser was in a situation where he was exhausted and disappointed, he gained more strength. True parents came to heaven with authority, and because they have made many contributions, when we go out in the name of true parents, we too get excited. So those who have practiced it in their lives truly experience that true parents are the real Lord. Why? It's because you won't be disappointed if you think of true parents when you're in a position of disappointment. Selling someone else's name makes you weak and disappointed. When you go out and have a hard time, think of your physical father. No power will come out. However, if you do it in the name of true parents, you get excited. This is a mysterious and harmonious thing. From that point of view, the Unification Church has many such mysterious and harmonious things. True parents who came with heavenly authority. Even though the Unification Church receives a lot of opposition and persecution, those who oppose the Unification Church will not be able to work and their organization will be destroyed. If you oppose true parents, you will end up in discord, work will not go well, and the morale will drop. If you support the Unification Church, you will feel excited and happy. Why is that? This is because true parents came with the authority of heaven, and they also have many merits. That is why Jesus came to this earth and said, "Believe in me. You will know if I am real or fake if you trust me." We know it through experience. But if we believe in Jesus, we are happy. But if we oppose it, we lose strength. Looking at these things, true parents hold the key to heavenly fortune. That's why we call true father and true mother true parents. It is not just saying that they are true parents without any meaning. When you are going through hardships, thinking of true parents' hardships gives you strength. When you go to work and your legs hurt, you think, how much did true parents suffer? Doing this gives you strength.
Yeah. Then I summarize again this very beautiful content, right? The position of the practicing fundraising. First, the practice of the fundraising is the practice of the restoring your 심정, your heart. Therefore, throw away the idea that you will get the best performance by using any means. While fundraising, if you focus on the performance of money rather than your 심정, it will have nothing to do with the growth of your own spirit. Don't choose the easy way to get result without paying the price of the hardships. It is embarrassing to buy someone else's sympathy and sell the goods only to be in debt. They will not be proud in front of heaven and spiritual world. As you fundraise, think about how you can meet God and experience God's heart. Fundraise proudly and rewardingly. In that case, even if you suffer, you have to do it wonderfully and meaningfully. Fundraising is to sell the blessing of the heaven to the people around you through false items. If they buy a heavenly blessing product, they must have the belief that they will be blessed. You must fundraising while receiving praise from the people around you. To do this, you must have the good ideology and the lifestyle. If you want to be proud of your life, you shouldn't be after seeing the result of the money. You should be more excited and happy about the growth of your spirit first than the result of the money. Don't let your emotion, fluctuate depending on whether or not things sell. Whatever the circumstances, do it in the name of true parents. The name of true parents has authority. It gives you strength when you are tired. True parents came with the authority of heaven. And so this really, really incredible about the guidance of fundraising, right, my brothers and sisters? So I think, when we guide our young people, we need to really guide properly because we are guiding our members very, very much external way, right? Do not focus on spiritual growth. Do not focus on about the cultivating our heart. That's the issue. So I think that's why anyone really focus on about the internally and focus on their heart and focus on their spiritual growth. Fundraising is not boring at all. Really, they love fundraising because they can have incredible and unforgettable experience with the heavenly parents and true parents and spiritual world. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yong, for that beautiful message this morning. And now we're going to move to our living testimony, which will be given by Ernesto and Hiroko Gomez, who will share their testimony of attending a workshop at the Chonshim 1 in Las Vegas.
Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning, brothers and sisters. We're just very grateful that we have this opportunity to attend this 7-day workshop in Las Vegas, Chonshim 1. First, this is our second 7-day workshop. we attended the last 7-day workshop, and it was an incredible experience. It was so wonderful that then we came back for a 2 days workshop at liberation ceremony for some of collateral ancestors. But then somehow we really felt the spirit, our ancestors pushing us and telling us how precious is to have a 7-day workshop. And so many brothers and sisters giving incredible testimonies about this place. So anyway, my wife and I talked to Dr. Kyung Kim, and then he said, that is your spirits pushing you to attend again. So then we got encouraged from him, and then we decided to do it. And what happens is that when I was decided to come for the 7-day workshop, I said, oh, I attend so many times, and I told Mom, I don't need to go, so I felt like I was okay. But finally, those of you who know my wife, she just doesn't take a no for an answer. So I just said, okay, let's go. So and even in a plane, I was really complaining to her. But then when I come here, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, this is not the same or the regular 7-day workshop. This is for real. This is a place where you can talk to your ancestors. You can feel your ancestors. I many times when I joined the church and throughout my life of faith, I thought maybe I don't have a spirit because I don't have a spiritual experiences. But then coming in here, there's so many experiences that throughout the day, but one in particular, that one time we were in a prayer room, and then Dr. Chung was telling us that a true mother came here, her personally, and then she organized refurbishing many places here, and then she donated True Parents. This is True Parents' house, and then she donated it for the Providence in America. So what happens is that the prayer room, the True Parents' bedroom became the prayer room, and then when we were there, Dr. Chung used to give us a little history of what happens. And True Mother kept the floor, which is a beautiful wooden floor, the original one. And then he told us one day that True Parents' sweat, blood, and tears are soaked into this floor. And that was really wonderful. But then for 3 days, I couldn't really break through. It was very, very difficult for me even to pray. And one day, I was in the prayer room, and I remember those tears of True Parents here. So then I said, oh, if one of my tears can really drop and then mingle with True Parents' tears, I will be really grateful. And then in that moment, I just cry and cry. I couldn't stop crying. It was like a water fountain. And I want to stop, but I couldn't somehow. And I felt so warm around me. And I know I have my ancestors were assisting me. That's one of many, many experiences. And since then, every time I go into that room, it's just like a water fountain. It's just cry and cry. And so one time we were praying, and Dr. Chung was in front of me. I was behind him. And all of a sudden, when he prayed, oh boy, he just make the whole room rock. He is so strong. And I can see his ancestors or True Father behind that kind of prayer. So everybody get really inspired, and it gets very loud. And then what happened is that all of a sudden I felt this warm feeling coming from him. And the room got so warm. And then I was crying my heart out. And all of a sudden, when you pray, you close your eyes. And I found myself like in a different room, a room with no walls. And I was not scared, but it was just such a wonderful feeling. And then I saw this very old lady, really like from, I don't know, hundreds of years ago, like a great-great-grandmother. And then she was dressed in a very beautiful, dignified, but old-fashioned dress. And And then she was kind of encouraging me. She looks at me and we just connect with the looks. And then she was kind of encouraging me to pray more. And the more I pray, then the more people start filling out that room. People that I never met, or, you know, so I know they were my ancestors. And so there's so many experiences. So I will say this. This is the place that these 7 days are not just like regular 7-day workshop. And I will encourage anyone. I put so many excuses before we come here, and I say like, oh, I had to clean my car. I had to do this. I had to finish packing up my room, my home. But my wives don't care about those things. So let's go, you know. So I will say, please let somebody else take care of your cat and your dog, clean your house, do whatever you need to do. But please come. And I tell you, this is a foundation. I was thinking yesterday, the preciousness of this place is the foundation of Dr. Yong everyday devotion for our country and for all of us. So I'm really grateful I could come. Thank you, and adieu.
Was Hiroko gonna say something? Hiroko-san?
Okay. Yes, like today that Dr. Yon's message that freedom within a wife. So that this is a place that the true mother gave us the best gift that she can give to United States of our members. And so this place is so many testimony, like that they couldn't find their match, and then they pray in a Chonshin prayer room and they found a match, or couldn't find a job and then found. So this is a place that nothing impossible. And so I'm very grateful. And my husband said, I have to love my wife again. That was the best things that I had from him. And so, yeah, thank you everyone. And food is so good, and bed is fluffy, and the true parents' love is here. And I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful, beautiful testimony. Thank you for sharing with all of us this morning. And thank you, Dr. Yong, for your wonderful message. Something that I took away from your message today was to remember the hearts of your parents, of all of your parents. And you will have the authority of all of them in everything that you do. And if you focus on the internal, if you focus on growing your heart, then God's grace and God's love can really land and flourish. So thank you so much, Dr. Yong. And now let us go into our breakouts and share our takeaways with one another, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you enjoyed your breakout session this morning. I enjoyed mine. So first up, I would love to invite on Anne-Marie Myler to please unmute and share with us.
Good morning, everyone. So today, one of the things that struck with me is freedom, the word freedom, what it means. You know, I think of the people who ask for freedom all the time, and they have a big sign, freedom this and freedom that. And many times I look at them and it said, the only thing you are manifesting right now is freedom of stupidity. Especially Americans, freedom of stupidity. I am free. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm free. No, you're not. No, you're not. Freedom takes responsibility. There is no freedom without responsibility. We are not animals. We are human beings. God wants us to be even better than him. But there is no way we can reach that unless we take responsibility for who we are, what we do, what we say, and including what we don't say, and including what we don't do. We have to feel that within our soul. We are responsible for other human beings, for the creation. We are responsible for God's. We are responsible for God's happiness. And we can't do it by being stupid, meaning being ignorant and being selfish. So many times that's what I think when I see people writing freedom stuff, you know. It's reverse, it should be reverse. Let's be humble, let's educate ourselves. And only when you know, then you might think, okay, what should I do next? What will make me happy? And what will make me happy is to make everyone else happy. If everyone else is happy, I will automatically be happy. That's what we want, right? So yeah, freedom topic is very important. Voila.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Thank you for your takeaway and sharing with all of us this morning. And next up, I would love to invite Uncle Michael Quinn. So please unmute and share with us. Uncle Michael Quinn.
Thank you. Yes, I woke up this morning with an overwhelming desire for perfection. Usually I try to have a heart and mind of gratitude when I wake up. And so that struck me very much. And I was recently reading EDP 12-hour lecture, and in the Principles of Creation, it mentions that relation between original mind and conscience. And it mentions that original mind and the relation between the two is internal and external. Original mind is the internal aspect of conscience. You can read it, but also what strikes your mind is, of course, that original mind. Once I had the good fortune for many years of being able to be part of East Garden and Belvedere staff. And my one overwhelming consciousness I had was I wanted to understand everything. You know, here I am attending True Parents and with my original mind desiring to understand everything. But of course, I didn't understand everything, but that desire was there, the desire of the original mind. And so what comes to mind is when you read divine principle, you can't read it in a subjective way. The introduction states that it is revelation, which means it's already established relationship on the foundation of God's heart and love, and the heart and love of true parents, also of Jesus and the Holy Spirit. So But still, generally, there's that subjective aspect that wants to understand everything, but you have to be an object to it, and then the understanding can come from God. Even one sentence from what Dr. Yong read from Mother's speech, "The Path of Life for All Humankind," that hit me was God exists in order to bring love into the entire universe and be made eternal. That stood out from what was read from Mother this morning, you know. And so, yeah, that's my takeaway. No matter how intelligent we think we are, no matter how much we want to understand, the understanding comes from God, and the DP is an established, already established foundation. We just have to be an object to it, and God can work. And so, yeah, when you read True Parents' words, God's words, the relationship between that and subject-object relationship, and you're not the subject. But the other thing that comes to mind, which I usually start my prayer with my wife every day, is to mention in my prayer the divine right of the heavenly parent and heavenly child relationship, heavenly parent relationship. That pre-exists, that divine right comes from God's heart. Even before it pre-exists the creation of the angelic world, the creation, and the first man and first woman. It's absolute, it's eternal, it's substantial, and it's unchanging. And that's my takeaway this morning.
Thank you so much for sharing with all of us, Uncle Michael. It was wonderful having you in my breakout room this morning. So thank you. And now for our announcements. Number 1 is to invite someone from your Trinity, your community, your family, and I'm sure that you'll be glad that you did. It's wonderful seeing our morning devotion family continue to grow every single day and join our returning family members every day. And number 2, our transcripts and link to images are available on edu.familyfed.org, courtesy of Dr. Kylie. And there's another announcement. On Friday, our time, there will be a domestic peace series given by the Universal Peace Federation of Queensland, Australia, and the International Association of Arts and Culture for Peace, as well as the Institute of Faith and Culture Australia. If you would like to participate in this web series, I will send a flyer in the chat. And it's called Music for Peace. So this is the second webinar of this wonderful series. It's called Music for Peace, and it's the arts and music creating bridges of peace for our global home, building a culture of truth, beauty, and goodness. And it'll take place at 8 p.m. on Friday, March 10th, and it'll be 5 p.m. for those in the Pacific time zone. So I will send that flyer soon. And number 3, last but not least, joyfully give from your heart. If you feel so inclined, please email Tal if you'd like to offer a prayer or a song and see how God may inspire you to give a little bit more of yourself to morning devotion. And now for our musical offering, I'd like to invite Manuel Liva to please unmute and share with us.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Yong Sik. I'd like to sing today a Korean song, and the title is Bibi Kapsi. The theme of the song is keeping a promise that once was made. I'm going to put the lyrics in the chat. Okay. 이 세상 끝나는 그 끝에서라도 당신을 기다릴 때요 오로지 당신만이 한 번 맺은 인연을 어찌 저버릴까요? 정 느낌 그대로 내 가슴에 남아있는데 우리 둘의 만남은 우연이 아니에요. 서로 간절히 원한 열망으로 이루어진 거죠. 세상이 우리를 갈라놓아도 나 비비갑시 되어 이 세상 끝나는 그 끝에서라도 당신을 기다릴 때요 오로지 당신만이 내가 사는 이유입니다. 영원히 영원히 세상이 우리를 갈라놓아도 나 비비갑시 되어 이 세상 끝나는 그 끝에서라도 당신을 기다릴 때요 오로지 당신만은 내가 사는 이유입니다. 영원히 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 영원히
Thank you so much, Uncle Manuel. That was a beautiful song. I really felt your heart through that song. So thank you so much for sharing it with us this morning. So now to close us off in prayer, I would love to invite Aunt Sarah Hirano to please unmute and pray for us.
Let's pray. Dearest, most beloved Heavenly Parents, true parents, thank you so much for your outpouring of blessings, Heavenly Parent. We are so fortunate and every day realizing how amazing our lives truly are, how amazing we are as a people. Because of our true parents. Heavenly Parent, we pray so much that we can comfort your heart and that as a family, we can love and uphold and cherish each other so much. So much that we can bring peace to this earth and to the generations. The generations that were before us and the generations to come. Heavenly Parent, please Guide us in our day today. Guide us in our families. Guide us in our lives so that we can make your reality substantial, Heavenly Parent, here in this physical realm. Heavenly Parent, you gave us everything and we squandered it. And we're so sorry. Heavenly Parent, please bring us home. Please be with us now as we create that home with our precious true mother and true father in the spiritual world. Please be with the building of the Chonwon-gun, Heavenly Parent. Please help everybody to realize their dreams. Please help all of our friends and relatives and contacts understand your heart and what we're striving to achieve. Please guide us in our day, and thank everybody here on Morning Devotion and all of the organizations working so hard to bring about exciting and wonderful programs. Please be with everyone in their work, and we'll offer our whole day and our lives to you. We pray this sincerely in the name of Hitoshi and Sarah Hirano and all Central Blessed families. Aju and Amen.
Aju. Thank you so much, Aunt Sarah, for that beautiful prayer closing us off today. And thank you to everyone who shared, and thank you for everyone joining. I hope you all have a lovely day, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. Bye.
Thank you.